Rangers! Barry Ferguson. Why am I even here? Welcome back to Fog Football. We're live here. My head's sore. Everything's sore. This is a numbing sensation around Rangers at the minute. But let's talk about a few articles, shall we? Here, got a bit of time on the board. Got a bit of time to discuss all things Rangers. So let's get into it here on Fog Football. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. Brilliant. Yes, fantastic. Du, 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 du. It's really not, man. I can't explain how immense I feel right now, even though I'm pretty sure it's blatantly obvious. But yeah, Barry Ferguson. Not exactly impressed right now. We're going to dive into that. Chris Sutton was getting stuck into him. Connor Barron's called up to the international team, which is a rant in itself about some guys replied to it, which, if it was trolling, hook, line, and sinker to me. But yeah, we've got a lot of things to talk about. So everybody, get in the chat, and we'll break it down as much as I don't want to break it down. We're going to have to do it regardless, aren't we? So Rangers Football Club, where next? Where next? We've got loads of comments today coming out. Boyd, McCoy, Souness, and it's just like boys like, oh, the Rangers fans aren't going to put up for, they need to start winning games of football. Aye, but Boyd, you shat yourself yesterday because a fan called Tavernier a loser outside Ibrox. Whose side are you on? I mean, whose side is he on? I know what side he's on. It's just the whole, I'm in media. I can't say anything about it. That's pretty much what's happened with Chris Boyd. Because he's in media, right? He can't turn around and say, "Well, everybody, I totally agree with the players getting abused." How's it going, Stevie? Over the worst of it? No, honestly, I'm well. I was going to say I feel worse than when it happened. I think things elsewhere would suggest I felt worse, but I don't feel any better, man. Like there's news. I don't know if it's a bogus article, but apparently Rangers were in for Shankland on deadline day, and see that finding out today, man. That's grind at my gears. I've seen screenshots of Cyril Dessers' missed chances this morning, and there's arrows about a million different places he could have put it other than the arms of Casper Schmeichel, and that's exactly where he put it, the arms of Casper Schmeichel. So, yeah, I'm not doing good, Stevie. I'm not. Stevie to another Stevie. I'm doing mince. But let's what's the answer? Where do you start? Where do you start? I think it's a question rather than an answer, isn't it? It's like, well, I don't know, man. I'm done. I'm 3 minutes into this live stream. I feel like going to my bed. That's how bad it is. Where? I don't know. Done. Come on, Scotty, go. That's what I'll say. Come on, Scotty, go. I'm done. I want to go to my bed, everybody. I'm done. I'm done. I'm defeated. Clement needs to go though. Definitely needs to go. I'll stand by that. Clement needs to go. His comments are fucking ridiculous, right? But let's get into even more ridiculous comments, right? So Connor Barron got called up to the national team, which good for him, right? Good for him. Good for Connor Barron. And some Rangers, I can't even remember the name it, replied, and this might be trolling, right? It said it's about time the best midfielder in Scotland get called up. And it's just like, listen here, you stupid tool. If he was the best midfielder in Scotland, we would have seen something against Celtic for Connor Barron. We didn't see nothing. See these people that are just blinded by loyalty and just they'll back their team. I mean, I don't even know if it was trolling, right? But see if there's actually someone out there thinking that, man. Maybe it was said to spark this exact reaction from me, but it was a Rangers fan that said it, man. I don't know. Anyway, Connor Barron, right? I wish him well, obviously, but he won't even get a minute. I don't think for Scotland. Who else got called up? Josh Deutsch got called up. McCracken got called up. We had Forrest Taylor. Who else dropped at the squad? I can't even remember, man. He looked good when he passed that ball to Taylor for the second goal on Sunday. Brilliant, I know. Big Connor Barron, eh? What's the crack with Ibrox? 21st of September, 18 days away. That is what my sources are telling me, everybody. My sources, which is, you can read into my sources. You don't need to read into my sources, but right. I don't even know what to say here. I'm actually struggling, but we'll fight through the pain, and we'll read a bit of news, shall we? Because that's what we're here for. Barron's about to be 23 next month. He ain't that young. He should be in his prime right now. He's an alright squad player at best. Running about like a headless chicken doesn't make you a world beater. I mean, I don't think it's his prime, right? I think your prime as a footballer is, 27, 28, 29. Depends. People at their prime at different ages, right? But yeah, I agree. He shouldn't be. He's not, he's not a kid anymore. He's got a actor. Celtic Park's just appeared on an ad on is it Christoph Waltz or something? That's even just rubbing it in. Eon next advert, man. They're rubbing it in. Ibrox going to be a cauldron and hate now. Yep, absolutely. I don't see how it's not going to be a cauldron of hate, because how's it not? You know what I mean? It is. There'll be a lot of empty seats. Hampden was really bad. I mean, Ibrox will naturally have more, right? There'll be more people at Ibrox, but all right, Craig, I get your point, yeah. But fact is, that's what I think. What Rangers need this season, right, is for a lot of young players like Barron, and to have breakout seasons, and we have to sell them in the summer and try and make money. Because that's the only way we're going to make money, man. We just need to sell our best assets for more than 500,000. See Hearts have 4 away games at 5 coming up. A few tricky games. Not looking good for Nate Goodsmith. I agree. I think Stephen Naismith will be away. He probably has been the standout player. Sitting punching myself there because fucking I just thought how bad Rangers are. Come on. It's only going to get worse. Nah, I disagree. It can get better if Clement goes. Not all in Clement, man, but I mean, new manager points, all that stuff. The usual trend at Rangers the past couple of seasons. The wee circle that goes round. The face painter. Nah, face painter. The face painter. I think he'd run out of paint with his wee, the wee kid on thing you get for face painting. You need a couple of tins to sort that out. Is Clement really the problem? He's part of the problem, man. You can't be coming at these comments about Ross County. I won't forget those comments. I don't think a lot of people. Come on, Ross County, what are we doing? 6-0. That's all right. It's all right. We get scudded against Celtic. Ross County, we beat them 6-0. Right, I'm gonna dive into. I disagree with the Boyd and Souness money talk, right? Yeah, financially Rangers up, but you look at the starting 11s, right? That played. There's not much in it in transfer fees. There's really not. Like Maida, Kyogo, Hatate, O'Reilly when he was there, Greg Taylor, Scales, Johnston, Schmeichel, like even Kuhn's not that dear. Celtic starting 11, if you combined all the fees, right? Will it even get to 20 million? Kuhn's like 4, right? All the players I mentioned prior there aren't much. Carter Fickles was about 8, 7, 8, wasn't he? 6, I don't know. Something in that ballpark. It's like you add them all up. Rangers spent like half of that on Danilo and Dessers. Come on. Celtic could. That's the thing about the new Champions League format. You've got a few games post Christmas, so if you're struggling, Celtic board they can go out and sign a couple of players to give them that final push over the line. Yeah, no, I don't know. Souness has lost the plot. 50 million. From where? Oh, it was an even game. They didn't dominate us. 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 What was Souness watching, man? Fucking let me know. I need to know. He wasn't watching that game. He must have switched off after 12 minutes, man. He must have thought that first Celtic goal counted, and he went, yeah, we got beat 1-0, but we dominated the first. We got the 12-minute trophy. And the morale one under wraps. Rangers are a cup team now, like United. Could be the reality. 2036 is the what people are melting down. Well, that's it, Stevie, right? Because he's got his Liverpool allegiance, right? He'll say that Liverpool smoked Manchester United, right? But it was close. That's where you've got to put your you got to be impartial. You've got to put your bias to one fucking side, man. You can't watch the stats, man. The fucking stat, the only stat that matters, the goal. You know what I mean? Fucking Souness is ridiculous, though. Oh, Liverpool dominated United. Oh, but Rangers were even with Celtic. Here, I didn't watch the Liverpool United game, right? Because I was clinically depressed on Sunday. Why would I care about two? I was supposed to call them two Diddy teams, but get my point, right? They're not Diddy teams, but why would I care? I've seen Goldbridge react to it, right? I can guarantee that United did more than Rangers across the 90 minutes. I can guarantee you that, even though they get beat 3-0. But Souness is trying to pretend that Liverpool scud at United. See Liverpool and United over the past couple of years. It's been pretty similar to Rangers and Celtic. Liverpool have beat them 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7. Well, I don't think they've beat them a 7, but they've put millions of goals past them. All right, United have won the odd game here and there, which debunks my argument because we don't do that, right? We don't win anything. Just 100 in a row. 7. As a Celtic fan, it's good for us that there's fans like Souness. Yeah, but that's the thing. Ali McCoist says it as it fucking is, right? And people are like, oh, he's no Rangers man. Oh, he's no Rangers man. He's this, he's that. Souness talks absolute shite, and people's fucking bum licking him because, oh, he's a Rangers man. He said we were in that game. No. He's a fucking con man if he thinks we were in that game. We were in the game for about 10 minutes. No, who would you rather, McCoist or Souness, right? Take away what they've done in the past. Would you rather the guy come out and turn around and say, we're fucking shite, which is pretty much is what McCoist said, right? McCoist came out and said that, or what Souness is saying, trying to gloss over it with a big fucking lick of paint and turn around and say, well, you know what, actually, it's all right, because we had 4 shots on target each and 14 shots altogether. Ridiculous, man. Even after Liverpool beat United 7-1, Neville said Poole weren't the best team. Gary Neville's a fud, man. Gary Neville's the same guy pre-season said that United have a better midfield than Liverpool, which Carragher was fucking winding up about, by the way. I mean, look at the United midfield. Kobe Mainoo. He had like 2 good games, man, and people are thinking he's worth like 90 million. Pish. Casemiro. Fuck me. It makes bloody John Lundstrom look good. No, Souness, he's an ambassador. He's getting paid by the club, right? So, but I mean, that's just selling it, though. Fucking says it is, man. Souness has got enough money. How much are Rangers giving him anyway? Can't Iron Brew? Fucking just speak the truth. Don't understand it. Don't get it. Souness, don't lie. You know what I mean? But to me, Souness just contradicts himself. He says a couple of weeks ago, right? Oh, that Rangers board, it's full of people that don't know football. Him coming out and saying comments like he did the other day on TalkSport, so tells me that would he be any better in that board? Would Souness be? Because if Souness was in that board, what's stopping them from making the exact same fucking comments after the game that happened that he made on TalkSport? He'd be like, but my fellow board members, it's all right because we had 4 shots on target. It was an even game. Nah. How burnt it? Rashford's pish. He needs to focus back on the school dinners or something. Souness was on about Pogba yesterday, was he? Fuck me, he's still on about Pogba. That's about a million years old, that the wee beef between those two. Yo, see Kobe Mainoo, I think he's all right, even right. I think he's good. I think there's a lot of potential there. But like he had a couple of good games in a United team that's absolutely pish. You look at City, Liverpool, Arsenal's midfield, Aston Villa's midfield, man. Aston Villa's got the fourth best team in England, hands down, hands down. You know, you look at like even a Spurs midfield, they've got a better midfield than United. You know, United thought Scott McTominay was the problem. Yeah, you're saying amazed. You know, fucking people like Goldbridge greeting about McTominay. Oh, Scooby Doo. That's all he said. Scooby Doo. It's McTominay. Scooby Doo. It's like, nah. See Scott McTominay, man. He got played out of position at United. We all know. See, for Scotland, it was rare that McTominay would cost us goals. He would cost United goals because he was getting played out of position next to fucking Casemiro. You know, it works for Scotland when he's next to a Cal McGregor or he's next to a Gilmore or he's next to a McGinn. That works. That works. Because they're fucking better. They're all three of them are better than Casemiro. Carragher turns around and say, "Oh, leave football for the football leaves you," and Rio Ferdinand, you know, who cheated on his dying wife, by the way, that scumbag is fucking greeting about those comments. Oh, you can't be saying that. Why can't you? Every player loses it. See one day, Lionel Messi will be pish. See at like 65, the football's left Lionel Messi, right? So why is he protect? Casemiro's done and Rio Ferdinand's greeting. I can't stand Ferdinand, man. Can't stand the guy. I don't even know why I'm greeting about United and Liverpool. There's bigger fish to fry, so to speak. But point is, I think McTominay did get shafted. That's what I'll say. Billy Gilmore, McTominay. Yes, I think a lot of people will be doing Napoli saves on like FIFA and Football Manager in there as well. But yeah, Ferdinand's a sausage. I'll agree with that. I just why can't and then people are like, oh, Casemiro's got 5 Champions Leagues. Carragher, you didn't even win the Premier League, but is Carragher wrong? Look at Casemiro. No, I don't get though. People are greeting about Carragher's call. Is Carragher wrong about Casemiro? It doesn't matter. Carragher could have been, you know, a Conference League North kind of player, man. He's not wrong. You know, I've never played semi-professional, professional football in my life, and I've been right about a lot of things this season, man. Doesn't mean fucking. Look at some of the pundits you get in football, man. Doesn't actually matter the level you're at. If you speak the truth, you speak the truth. You know, look at Souness. I've just buried Souness despite all he's done because he's talking mince. Boyd's latest meltdown. But Boyd's Boyd's going around in circles like me. That's what it is. So it is going around in circles. How can Boyd? Oh, the fans have had enough. Rangers Football Club needs to win games. Fan goes up to the stadium and calls James Tavernier a fucking loser, and Chris Boyd spits the dummy. Well, that's what he is, Chris. You know, you can't have a meltdown in the studio. Chris strutting like a horse. Chris Sutton has fucking got him on strings, man. He's like a puppet. Oh, do you want a wee hug, a wee huddle after? Oh, I've had enough of you, you know. Tell you what, man. Chris Boyd was about 3 seconds away from calling Chris Boyd Sutton a fucking loser and battering him outside Parkhead. That's for sure. So you can have a go at the. No, the Rangers fans are justified, man. I honestly, I don't get it. See the Rangers fans that think what they did outside Ibrox on Sunday is a disgrace. I've got a question where their loyalties lie. Do they want to see Celtic walk every league title till they die? Because that's what's going to happen if you think that these players should get away with that. It's a disgrace what happened. Oh, that's uncalled. How the fuck's it uncalled for, man? People are pretending that the fan got James Tavernier in a headlock and then whipped out an assault rifle and started spraying down the team. He didn't. He called him a loser. Tav shown more fight against him than he did against the entire Celtic team. Oh, but no, I don't get it though. Nah, man. Fucking no. Come on. At least with Boyd, right? He's got his media obligations, right? Things like that. I can't remember when barricades were getting thrown at Parkhead, but I doubt Celtic pundits were like that was justified, sort of thing, right? In the media, they're politically correct, right? This isn't the 90s or the bygone era where you can say what you want, even on TV, right? 2024, Boyd's not going to turn around and say, that was justified, man, hurling abuse at him. I get it. But see the people on Twitter, the generic fans that have got a wee cushy 9 to 5 working in Tesco Extra, there's no reason why they can't turn around and say it's justified. They're just fucking shitebags. They just must have a fetish with Celtic winning league titles. Don't get it. Do not get it. Yeah, I know Mark Goldbridge's real name's that diddy name. Brentila Cesare. Absolute muppet. He is. Nottingham Forest fan. Leached on to the biggest club in the world. It's worked out for him, hasn't it? No, know how you know, right? I was watching his reaction to the Europa League draw, right? He's like, Rangers are out first. They've got Tottenham. They've got Man United. They've got Porto. Oh wait, we've got Rangers. It's like, hold on, mate. If you really supported United, you wouldn't act so delayed to draw in Rangers. It's your team. You'd be like, oh, we've got Rangers straight away. That's because he doesn't support United. He's a marketing machine, Mark Goldbridge, man. Look at all his vids, and then in all his thumbnails, he sticks his lips out like this. He's like, he'll say like the most fucking generic comment of all time. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. He'll say the most generic thing of all time. Ooh, he sticks the lips out. He's a fucking fud of the highest order. Is he funny? Does he make me laugh? Absolutely. Is he a fanny? Yes. He does. Everyone knows what I'm on about. He sticks his fucking lips out like a cat's arse. Honestly, man. He's like, it'll be like, oh, Man City will beat Ipswich. Ooh. Would you batter him, though? Goldbridge is a shitebag, former police officer. What is he doing in the police? Then hee-haw, Detective Brent. Inspector Gadget, the knob. Spurs and United will roast Clement. Nah, they probably will, won't they? Jason from Oban. Hello, Jason. Why didn't Sevco get Shankland when he clearly wanted the move? I don't know. Yo, he's a smart guy, Goldbridge, and he's played YouTube and every United fan in the rivals like a fiddle. Like an absolute fiddle. You know what I mean? Like, Liverpool's beating them 3-0, man. You don't see an ounce of passion for the guy. He only puts on the fake reaction when they score, and see for the rest of when they're getting pumped 3-0, it's just like this, scrolling through. Oh, super chat there, Scooby Doo. Oh, Liverpool on the attack, can it be? Oh no, I mean, his nickname at the station was Saint Etienne. This is the #1 podcast on YouTube. Did I put myself in the top 10? I'm not going to put myself anywhere. It's not my place to put myself in the top 10, right? Or anywhere near the top 10. But if people want to put me in the top 10, go ahead. But yeah, everyone, man, they're all set. What about Seb then? His son? Oh man, I don't even know. Don't even know he had a son. So I mean, anything Goldbridge does, it's not his kids' faults. I mean, I'm not going to go into that. Ten Hag, Naismith, Clement, who's sacked first. I mean, even Ten Hag whipped out the Harry Potter comments. What? What is he stealing Clement's thunder? He's got 3 daughters and a son. That's all good, Mackenzie, but Goldbridge's sex life and how many kids he's got is irrelevant to me. I'm talking about what he does on the big screen. Seem to be getting a lot more viewers when live now. Finally starting to get the recognition the channel deserves. Keep it up. I mean, honestly, I'd trade all the views in if it meant Rangers could do something. But, truth needs to be spoke at the end of the day. But, yeah, who will be sacked first? I think the fact that Ten Hag was already in talks to get replaced last summer would tell me that he's favourite. But I don't know who their next run of games are. We know the Hearts have got a tough run. I'd probably say Clement's least favourite to get sacked because they're just going to back him. Who do I rate Celtic's best player? Rio Atati. I think Dyson Mides is seriously underrated. Can Rangers afford to sack Clement? No, but I mean, it doesn't mean I don't want him to go, everybody. The second Clement goes out the cup, he'll be sacked. Will he make that? I mean, we play Dundee in a couple of weeks. The Dundee clubs could put Clement out of a job. That's it, though, right? You know, we're 5 points behind. Celtic are not, you know, Rangers are going to drop more points than Celtic before the next Old Firm. And see, you know, obviously Old Firm, it matters more than you know, a draw against Tannadice, for example. But if that happens, it's still going to be incredibly toxic, man. It's, I mean, it already is. Ibrox is going to get putrid. You know, I don't know when these Europa League things are coming out, packages, but honestly, I don't know how many people are going to buy them. You know, I know people are just going to buy them regardless. I was watching the Rangers rabble last night, and the Wilf guy said he'll back the club no matter what. Martin was like, not really. Brian was like, I do it short term. I can't remember what Turkey Teeth said. So, you know, it shows you the general consensus. A lot of people will not go. A lot of people will not go for a while. And then there's people that see the people that go, right? I'm not going, you know, if you want to go to every game, if you love your club to that extent and you can't separate yourself and you need to go regardless of the situation, that's a fan, man. That's a fan that goes to every game. End of the day, you might have a delusional take, but you're supporting your team every game. You're putting money in every game at the end of the day. But reality is, action will be needed. More confrontation will be needed. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But as for right now, it's just I don't know. Barry Ferguson manager, end of October. He won't be here in 2025. They're selling and giving their season tickets away on Facebook. Yeah, I've seen that. People ripping them up in front of Clement. 4 shots on target. Jack Butland looked like Shinny Ricky Gervais. Who? Oh, right. Jack Butland looks like a. All right. I was like, who are you on about? More. I just can't get no sleep. Would you want Clement to get another transfer window? He's had 2, right? You know, people say he's not been backed. Absolutely. But some of those players, he wanted. Yeah. To me, the transfer window's irrelevant, right? Because even if we signed nobody in the summer, we should be up for a game against Celtic. But you know, there's not enough Rangers fans in that team, and that's what you need. That's what you need. You need people that's going to play for the badge, and I don't think one single fucker in that team plays for the badge, man. You know, Dujon Sterling last year called it out and was like, you know what, we've been shite. And Clement's like, you can't say that, can't say that, can't say that, can't say that, Dujon. That's why he didn't get dropped. You need, you know, the best Rangers teams of the past had people that got what it meant. All right, not this guy. Rory, oh, thank you, Sybil, $5. God bless America. Rory Jennings also terrible, just like Goldbridge. They were shocked when USA tied England in the World Cup after chatting shit for hours before the match. Yeah, I can't stand Rory Jennings. I think I've already talked to him on here before, but what he said about Haaland, man. Yo, Haaland all around, right? There's definitely room to improve, but see his goal scoring. Why would you attack his goal scoring, man? Like, what's that? Attacking his goal scoring? I mean, it's mad. Like Haaland, could he improve his passing? Absolutely, can improve his passing and things like that. See his goal scoring. He's on course to become like the greatest goal scorer in the history of football. And this guy wants to turn around and say, just for the fuse. I don't know, man. There's a lot of things you can say for the fuse, but that's ridiculous. You know what it is though, Rory Jennings. You know, he's typical English middle class. He probably thought, well, you know, he's coming into the Premier League. This league's the best in the world. It's not going to happen. I know that's not what he sounds like, but we'll just go with it anyway. You know, he probably thought, oh, Haaland coming for the Bundesliga to England, he'll struggle to score 10 goals. He'll be happy if he gets 13. Fuck off. Premier League's so overrated, man. Yeah, there's buckets of money in it, right? But come on. See the Premier League with the amount of money it's in it, they should be steamrolling every European competition, triple, you know, every year, Conference League, Europa League, and the Champions League. At least with the Champions League, what I would say about that is Real Madrid are fantastic, right? But, you know, the 4 teams that are in, the Champions League and the Premier League. Even Aston Villa, right? They should be looking to go far. People can joke. You think you Aston Villa, right? I know they won it a million years ago, right? And you think you Aston Villa. People are still living in like a decade ago. The Premier League, the amount of money they're on, it's like West Ham and Rangers in the Europa League semi-finals, and they were making it that it was like equal. It's like, look at how money West Ham spend, like 60 million here, 40 million there. It's not an equal achievement, man. Yeah, but even with financial fair play, man, look at Chelsea. Where's the financial fair play at Chelsea, by the way? Just don't get it. Don't get it. Just phone Tav. He asked me to tell you he's disappointed. Obviously, disappointed. Obviously disappointed. Champions League is shit. Chelsea is a joke with the spending. Absolutely. That lasted about 10 minutes. The Protestant work ethic. I like your Scotland talk, bro. I take it off when Scotland lose in UEFA Nations League. Yeah, it's a nice wee talk. I bought it in Fort William. Nice. Butland was disappointed as well. I remember being at Easter Road for the Hibs Villa game. They absolutely ragdolled us. The gap was massive. Yeah, the gap was massive, right? But see it, I can't even remember the Villa Park game, but the Easter Road game, every goal Hibs pretty much like it was like a header, a free header. The gap is massive though. I mean, the gap is massive, right? And Hibs probably, if Villa turned up to play their best, the gap would be about 4-0. But Hibs gifted them pretty much every goal, man. Ollie Watkins was getting free header, free header, free header. Pathetic, man. When you all sound like broken records. Yeah, it is. It is. Pink Hoodie's right there as well. Pink Hoodie. Pink Hoodie. But yeah, you will sound. This season's going to sound like a lot of broken records, man. There's going to be 4 old firms this season. Factor in cups, there might be 5 or 6. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same pish. It's going to be the same pish. It's going to be repeating the same thing. See at Ibrox. Look at last year. Awful. We're doing 2-0, and people. Oh, there was 7,000 fans at Celtic Park. Rangers might have turned up. Look at last season. Celtic picked 4 points up out of 6 at Ibrox when there was not one Celtic fan in the building. Come on. I know Chelsea were near knocked out by a Derry team. Servette. There's a podcast. The guy's name is Owen. Owen who? Or I don't know. I don't know any Owens. But see, I think the main difference, right, between like the Scottish League and the English Premier League, right, there's quality. It's the pace of the game and it's the fitness. It's like, I know work ethic and Rangers 10 minutes, but Rangers did bottle it. But you see, in the Premier League, like Arsenal, Liverpool, City, those sort of teams, even the lesser teams, they can play at a level for like 90 minutes. Real Madrid can do it, and it's like fitness. But when you're Celtic, for example, right, there's just no need to play at that level in the Premier League, in the Scottish Premier League, because you can't when teams. It's just a tough one, man. It's until our league gets better, we'll never really match the intensity, so to speak. Thank you, Mackenzie, for that. The good pitches play a part in quality football, of course they do. So what's your take on why the away fans were not allowed into both grounds? It doesn't matter, man. I mean, does it? What I would say is, I think, Rangers didn't. I mean, Rangers applied for the safety netting after Celtic pulled out. The only thing I would say is that the game wasn't until January, but I guess Celtic wanted the game sorted for their own game. But we started at the end of the day. Away fans make it better, man. Absolutely, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that. Of course, it makes the game much better as a spectacle, right? Absolutely, it makes it much better. But in terms of the performances on the pitch, Rangers should still be doing better. I'm never going to use the fans as an excuse, But it's like Ali McCoy's turned around and said maybe the reason Rangers did win 55 is because there was no fans. And you know what? The more years we go by, maybe it's fucking true. Maybe we need an outbreak again. Maybe we need stadiums to be closed. Both leagues are no more than one horse races. City and Celtic dominate every year. Yep. Were you at the game? Of course, I wasn't at the game, Paul. It was 60,000 Celtic fans. All right, you're talking to each other. That's all right. Outside Celtic and Rangers, I honestly think the Scottish teams like Aberdeen, Hearts had English Championship money for a couple of years. They would easily be bottom six in Premier League. No, I agree, right? Because you look, they're clubs with history. And well, I mean, Hibs have got Hibs. All right, maybe take that back. Hibs are behind Hearts and Aberdeen, right? But the reality is, Edinburgh. If Hibs and Hearts had money, Edinburgh's a very, that's a selling point. I know people won't like Edinburgh, but going to Edinburgh, for example, as a football player, if you were getting paid a lot of money, is better than going to Livingston. You know what I mean? Or bloody Dundee. Will you be getting media access at Ibrox? Now you're big. I'm not big time, man. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm big time. I wouldn't even know what. I wouldn't even want in because you know what? They would try and force you to sell it, and I'd refuse to sell it. I'd be in the door quicker than you could say, "Bang bang, good night." Out the door because you'd be in. You'd ask one dodgy question. I mean, see if I asked a question and Philip Clement or Tav, whoever's doing the presser, come out with some bullshit, I'd be fuming, man. I would be absolutely fuming. Let's see here. There's something about the Sevco fans that I can't stand, pal. They're stuck in the 80s mentality wise. You're saying Edinburgh's a rugby city. It is, but money can change things. Manchester was a very red city, but then it turned into it's blue city. You know what I mean? Hearts and Hibs are bigger than teams like Norwich. We always make, of course they are. Heart and Hand are starting to go off script now. Oh, I haven't listened really to what they say. When was the last time you went to Ibrox? Seriously? Well, it wasn't this season. Celtic. So I've just literally read it. It was last season, big man. You know what? I actually think I think I've actually put the shitstorm in motion. The last game I was at Ibrox for was when we get beat 2-1 by Motherwell. And ever since that, I think I'm a fucking scud, actually. Ever since that game, it is absolutely, it's derailed. It's all my fault. I'm a fucking scud. Hibs and Hearts are as big now as they will ever be. Times have moved on. We're a long way behind the Glasgow clubs. I agree. But yeah, I was checking on Fog Football the other day. It was like February. Celtic drew with Aberdeen, and we made a fid on it. And it was doing better numbers than anything now, and it was like fans were fighting in the stands, and it's like, how can in the space of 7 months can it go from like Celtic? We made a fid about sack Rodgers now, and it was like people phoning up Super Scoreboard in February wanting Rodgers sacked, and look what happens. Clement whipped out the red carpet. Tavernier whipped out the red carpet, and look, it's a distant. That's how quickly things can change in football, but it's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to change anytime soon. But I was just intrigued because see February, March time, January, just absolutely bogging. You probably have bought more tickets, Celtic Solo, the Rangers games, because you're obsessed, mate. I bought the Europa League package last year. I think it was 150 quid. Was it 150 quid? No, was it? Yeah, actually, I think it was 130 quid. 135 quid, was it? I'd need to check, right? But it's like, how much are they actually going to charge this year for the Europa League package? You buy them for your uncle. Oh, aye, because that's the same, isn't it? So wait, is your uncle a Celtic or a Rangers fan? Sneaking in to record fan audio or something? You should have followed your uncle then, Celtic Soul. New Rangers need to accept their Espanol at best, and it's a bleak reality that we're dealing with there, isn't it? No, your fault. You could have been Rangers Soul 7. Rangers Soul searching, because my soul's destroyed. But yeah, I mean, back to the point. It's like February, around that time. The best period on this channel, as I've said, was Celtic getting beat by Kelly Hearts and everybody else. It swings and roundabouts. People, it's just that's how it goes, man. I remember thinking when we beat Kelly away. I think that was like the 18th of February. When about that time we beat St Johnstone, I thought this league title's in the bag. I'm more man enough to admit that. See this year and like next year, people are like, "Oh, there hasn't been a title fight." There was a title fight on last year, and the Rangers bottled it. They bottled it to high ho. A lot of Rangers fans thought it, was done. Was done. Did. I thought it was done. When I say done, I don't mean like 100%, but you're like, this is looking fantastic, man. I remember being on the subway on the way to that Motherwell game. Fuck you, Celtic, we're going to win the league, and it's like, what happened? What happened to that? Man, that game was soul destroying. Depressed me. Stay away from other JJ for Oban. He goes on Super Scoreboard thinking pods are dating sites. Weirdo. Who's he meeting up with? I've missed that JJ Celtic. You could just be running You could be JJ Rangers for Oban. No delusional here, wee man. Just 100% staunchness, and that's all we need. Here's the issue: Rangers need Celtic to explode to win the league. Celtic don't need Rangers to explode to win the league. Well, you interested in Scotland games? For the sake of this channel, yes. Without this channel, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I wouldn't look at the score, but again, I agree, man. I see why people are done with the national team. I think a lot of people will be done until Clark goes, but Clark needed to go, man. Now there you go, Steve. Yeah, and then look how that turned out. Dessers, but that's again, Dessers blowing. I'm done with Dessers, man. I kind of almost gave him not a free pass, but this season I was like, you know what, he started really well. Big game that mattered. I cannot believe he missed that. Well, I can. Holy shit, I got it. Wait, a wee email there for Witherspoons. Let's see this. £2.99 small breakfast every day from Wednesday. Was that what that said there? Champions League money, Celtic get kills Rangers. Well, you know what? As much as I want the coefficient to be at its best, so more teams get in Europe, that is the positive I'll take. No more Champions League guaranteed for Celtic, and that maybe can claw the gap back. But what you need for that to happen is Celtic to ridiculously spend money, and I just don't see how they're going to do that. But tell you what, Witherspoon, you can't beat a Witherspoons, can't you? Not small breakfast offer. I don't know why I'm reading this out. May as well. 100 free. Is it $3.99 or $2.99? I don't even know. I'm big time. I'm not that big time, man. There's a long way to go for me to be big time. Maybe nah. I mean, nah. Even in the world of Scottish football, I'm no big time. But yeah, thank you, Witherspoons. You will see us coming by January, you mutants. I wish I could believe it. I really wish I could sit here and say, yeah, we will. Yeah, I'll fucking back this Rangers team. The players don't believe it. And if the players don't believe, they didn't believe they could beat Celtic on. There was no belief. Barry Ferguson said it best. Fear. That is what Rangers had. They didn't have belief. They didn't have anything, man. It was fear against Celtic. That disallowed goal. But no, I don't get. It's like the atmosphere at the start was absolutely mental. So why did Rangers play well after that? It's why did a disallowed goal knock the stuffing out of Rangers? It's not like that woke the place up. The place was ballistic at kickoff. I do not understand how it went so fucking bad. Well, I do, because the team is full of shiftless pricks. They don't care as long as they get their wee paycheck. Doing the huddle in front of wee Barry was epic. Barry was fuming, man, and I don't blame him, man. Well, everyone knows I was fuming, so. When a captain shows fear, nothing. Maida was behind him, he shat it. See, from that ball left, who even whipped it across? Doesn't really matter if it was Kuhn or, I was going to say, it wasn't Ralston, but I think it was Kuhn, right, who got the assist for the Maida goal. Doesn't really matter. Maida was about 5 yards behind Tav as that ball was leaving the other guy's foot, and he somehow got on the end of it. And that tells you all you need to know. The James Tavernier of past, where he would scud teams in the Europa League with his 2-yard tap-ins that were still great, by the way. I'm not taking away his tap-ins because, they were fantastic. But see the goals he was scoring in the Europa League? That's what Celtic do against us. See Tavernier's goals, Leipzig, all those matches, right, where he was at the back post. That is exactly what Kyogo, Maida, and any Celtic winger has done to us since Ange came in because of his lack of ability to fucking defend, caught napping at the back post. That's exactly what happens, man. It's like the goals that he was so good at scoring in that Europa League run have just come back to bite him in every fucking Old Firm game, man. He's caught with a free header, back post, no marking. You've been off the bag for 6 years. 6 years sobriety. Yeah. Tony Soprano would get you back on it, though. Is Celtic's second choice team better than Serco? Well, right. I mean, Butland's better than Souness, however his name is. I don't really know, right? Left back, don't know too much about the Barcelona kid. Yefty's not a left back. I mean, I'd put Yilmaz in. As for the two centre backs, Scales walks into that Rangers team. I don't care. No, I do not. Scales walks into that Celtic team. Do not care. I mean, as for the others, who would the other centre back be? Naroki, Lagerbielka, Welsh. I don't even know. Right back, Anthony Ralston's better than James Tavernier. There you go. See, defensively, he is light years clear of James Tavernier. And you know what? That's what I want from a right back. I don't want him bombing forward and leaving gaps at the back, man. You look at the midfield. Well, the midfield that was on the bench, you've got Engels, but he would be starting, so you'd probably put Bernardo, McCowan, and who would the other centre mid be for Celtic? Honestly, I wouldn't know. We keep hearing this, Diamonde is going to be the best player in the league. Everybody claims, there's people on Twitter, Rangers fans, that say Tierney's the best winger in the league, Desser's the best striker in the league, goalkeeper's the best in the league, the two centre-backs the best in the league, the right back, the left back, the two centre-mids, the cam, the number 10, the number 6, the number 8. See, if we had the best players in the league, right, in 11 positions, why are we not winning the league? Because we don't have the best players in the league. We don't. And that's it. Boyd's saying, here, not a Rangers player would get into that Celtic team. See, you go through other teams in the league, and I bet you there's more chance of you finding a player that would get in the Celtic team right now, man. That's how tragic it is. It is. It's mental. Diamonde, I don't know what happened. He staved his thumb. What did he do? Shove it up his arse, and he forgot how to play football? What's he doing? Disgrace. Disgrace. Engels won't be a B team, though. I mean, the bench. 11 million. You have to start your 11 million pound striker. I mean, this isn't England. I mean, a record. To be fair, they're not starting a day, but I feel like striker position, it's like you're always going to be guaranteed minutes. Would Engels be guaranteed a lot? I don't know. Yo, but it's even like this season, right? Kyogo had a quiet start to the season. Dessers, I said, had a good start to the season. But look when it mattered. Look when it mattered. Who crumbled? Who crumbled? Who crumbled? It was Cyril Dessers, twice in front of goal. Second time, could have just played through Tierney. But by the way, his arse collapsed, so he probably wouldn't have done nothing either. My co-host here on this channel thinks that Dessers is better than Adam Adair. And you know what? Is his all-round play, his hold-up maybe better than Adair? Yeah, but look at the crunch time. Look at the crunch time last year. Absolute Adair, man, scoring crucial goal after crucial goal. Cyril Dessers bottling crucial chance after crucial chance after crucial chance, man. Ridiculous, man. It was a pure flex, but that's it. That's how much of a joke the old firms become. See, in that game, Rodgers should be like, "Fuck, should I bring these guys on? This game's tight, man. This could go either way. I don't want to bring these guys on. Maybe I should bring on the experienced heads, etc., etc." Not the new signs, but 3-0 up, 2-0 up. This Rangers team, man, they're pish. I'll bring it. He could have played Casper Schmeichel up front and stuck Kyogo in nets, and they would still won 3-0. Because Dessers would have just put it the ball straight at him anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. What's he saying that's deluded? Can he see his comment? Can he see his comment? Can't he see his comment? Dessers passed the ball to Casper. Yeah, he did. One thing to learn by the Celtic and Rangers fans on here: the Rangers players and managers keep running their mouth. We are going to do this. I think that's the nail on the head. They don't fuck up. See in pre-pressers for this. See Dessers saying that he's gonna run himself into the ground and die for this club. No, you don't, mate. See when Kyogo tracked back 60 yards and won the ball for Tom Lawrence, that's dying for your club. You know, we don't mean literally. We don't mean like, go ahead and have cardiac arrest on the field because you're that knackered. No one's calling for that, right? It's a figure of speech from Dessers, but you're nowhere near putting in enough, man. You are shite. I don't want to see any of them again. See this 15th. When is it? September 15th? 14th, whenever I think it's 15th because it's away, Sky Sports. I don't want to see. I'm disgusted in these players. I'm disgusted in these players. I don't even want to look at them. He's a grass who hides in his room. Willie thinks Dessers is a player, for fuck's sake. Even Clement doesn't and tried to sell him, but Dessers wouldn't leave on a pay cut. Oh, and I mean, that's it. Clement doesn't even really want Dessers and he's playing him. So you get Danilo, who would have ballooned that chance as well, by the way. I'm not going to. Man, done. Big Danilo. And that's another thing, man. Need a goal, right? 2-0 down. And he's not. And he's not bringing on Danilo. Why not try 2 up front? Don't worry, only 4 months till your next transfer window. And who are we going to sign? And that's it, though. That is the $1 million question. It's like, yeah, you sack Clement, you bring no one in January. You keep Clement, you probably still don't bring anyone in January. So what's the plan? What's the plan there, everybody? There's no plan. This club does not have a plan. There is no plan in place. It is how fast do you want to sink? Just no good, man. Casper's a big upgrade on Joe. He is. You know, it's a like for like in the sense you're getting an old guy for an old guy, but he is better. Oh man. It's just when you hear like Cal McGregor saying that he said to McCoy, "Oh, come with me, stick with me. I'll see you through this game. You know, I'll make it easy for you," sort of thing. It's like that's what Tav should be saying, man. Things like that. But he can't even make it easy for himself. So how's he going to carry 10 other players? Tavernier, man, serial loser. Get out this football club, shove his stats up his arse. Fact of the matter is this: he has seen everything in Rangers' favour go over to the green side of Glasgow, and people want to talk about Hall of Fame legacy. This. Hall of shame, hall of pain for the fans, disgrace. Who's going to finish third? I don't know. It might be a team beginning with R, and it's not Ross County. But no, in all seriousness, if we don't finish second and Clement's still on a job, what's going on? I don't know, man. It will be Aberdeen. Aberdeen are too far ahead of Hearts. See Hearts, Hibs, and Kelly, teams that are realistically like the nearest threat to Aberdeen in terms of like quality of players and things like that. They're going to need to go on an almighty run to catch Aberdeen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Come on, is here to stay. I want him gone. He should be gone. Those fucking comments were ridiculous, man. Know your audience. You can't turn around and say that. You cannot turn around and say that, man. About we beat Ross County last week 6-0. It just doesn't work like that. There's a wee Pritt stick in his drawer with his name on it. Now, third place doesn't get group stage anymore because the coefficient is on its arse. And I think the winner of the league goes into the third qualifying round of the Champions League. So, yeah, the coefficient is suffering. 24 games to go. No, not 24, 22 games. And honestly, the way Rangers are playing, what Scottish team's going to pick up the most points coefficiently? I look at the two Old Firm groups. I look at Hearts' group. I can't believe I'm saying it, but it looks like Celtic will pick up more points in the Champions League than Rangers. Genuinely didn't know you ran Fog Football, Stevie. Well, I do, Caleb, but yeah, I mean, well, it's not just me. There's loads of people. It's me and the Hearts, man. What's the story with it? Won it in Strathclyde Park about 1 million years ago. Celtic could get 12 points first round. Good. Won't be surprised if Rangers don't win a game. I wouldn't be surprised either. Heard that stat there, but no Rangers manager went 5 derbies for a win and made it to a 6th. Well, that tells you how far the standards have fallen, man. Put it this way, say he does make it to January, which is not going to happen. He's not. Prediction, not going to make it, right? So, if he loses the next Old Firm at Ibrox, how does he keep his job? Can you imagine how toxic and putrid it's even with a new manager, man, losing that game, it's going to be putrid because enough's enough. But with the same manager, the same ideas that just do not work, 5 games against Celtic, and it's going backwards. Don't get to it's went absolutely backwards. We have, we have been awful in every Old Firm. Well, he's a Hearts fan. That's just a current money can't afford the bus fare to Glasgow. I'm sure the derby is midweek game. Doesn't matter when it is. Tav stats are only boosted by the fact Rangers were given penalties almost every game until Farr came in. Now they've stopped. Rangers fans have turned on him. I mean, that's ridiculous because he was getting a lot of penalties with Farr as well, so I'm not going to say that. Yeah, we're getting worse. I agree with Andy there. Well, the other leagues are improving. Of course, they're running better. I mean, Neil Doncaster says he doesn't want a 16-team league because it would half the revenue. But you've got to speculate to accumulate. You've got to try something, man. Try something. No, I mean, why not try something? Well, there could be, well, that's another thing, right? There could be another derby before the new year because the League Cup, we're into the quarters now, and both teams should advance. They're both at home to Dundee and Falkirk. I mean, there's obviously more chance of Rangers slipping up. So I tell you what, man. The only way Rangers and Celtic don't meet is if Rangers get knocked out the cup before they meet Celtic. Which would you rule out the question here? Because I look at the teams in this league, man. I think right now there's only 3 teams that can win the cup, and it's Celtic, Aberdeen, and Rangers. And I think for us to win it, I've no faith in us against Celtic. We're going to rely on Aberdeen to knock out Celtic. And even right now, can I sit here as a Rangers fan and claim I have much faith in beating Aberdeen? As crazy as that sounds, man. With this team, these losers. I mean, compare it to last year, right? We beat them 1-0 in the cup final. Fantastic, right? Won a cup. That was an Aberdeen team on its knees, man. Relegation battle, Aberdeen against a newly motivated Rangers. I mean, you look forward a year, it's fucking flipped. We're not in a relegation battle, but we may as well be when you're down in fourth for a club of this size. Right, guys, we're going to end it. That is us hitting our mark. I've done a lot of talking. I've done a lot of ranting. It's not been fun, but here, I've had to repeat it. Not good for the health. I agree, Keith. I am repeating myself. Absolutely. But it has to. But you can't help but repeat yourself. It's the same we lose every game to Celtic. We don't win. We're losing league. Everything Rangers do is repetitive. Everything in this league's repetitive. The meltdown's still happening. You bet your bottom dollar it is. Enjoy your beer. I will. That's plenty. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, be back later. Some capacity. Brilliant. Till then, peace.